Hey, what is going on, Dishers? This is Deluxe Dave. I'm coming at you with like an episode out of nowhere. I know. I've been gone for a very, very long time. I know you guys haven't heard from me. I've been busy. I've been at AMTC. It's called Actors, Models, and Talents for Christ. I did that this year. Just got back from Orlando, Florida, and I'm trying to get back into the groove of things. I really haven't had my drive to do a lot of videos, but I just felt it was necessary that I do a video concerning an artist that I am actually loving right now. So let me tell you a story real quick. Back in like 2008, I heard of an artist named Janelle Monaé. And automatically from the beginning, I was like, man, she's weird. I really am not into her. I really don't like the music. It's a different style. I'm not used to hearing that. I'm gonna stick with the music I'm listening to, and I'll call it a day. So I ended up in 2010 putting some of Janelle Monaé's songs on one of my mix CDs called the Archandroid. And I popped it on the CD, and I was like, okay, so this is new. I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna listen to this Archandroid on the mixtape. After I got done listening to the mixtape of with some of her songs on there, I was driving in the car. It was just this past in 2013. I was listening to it, and I was really like digging it. I was like, this is unique. I really like her. She can really sing. I love it. And I was just putting it on there because it was she was kind of going a little bit mainstream, and everybody was starting to hear about this Janelle Monaé character. But I still thought, I was like, man, she's just weird, and I just I'm not feeling it. You know what I'm saying? I was going to stick with what I'm used to. So I kept listening and I just fell in love with all of her music, and it made me even go back to some of her first work that she did from her Metropolis CD, the Chase Suite. So I was actually loving it. So I actually went out and purchased the first two CDs of the Chase Suite and the Archandroid, the full CDs. And I listened to the Suite, the first one from the beginning to the end, loved it. Listened to the Archandroid from the beginning to the end, loved it. And then I ended up purchasing on the day that it came out her new CD called The Electric Lady. And let me tell you, you guys, this is why it's so important to, not always just judge a book by its cover or just listen to a couple songs or not really absorb what the message that an artist is trying to get out, or listen to how they put their heart and their soul into their music. I'm going to let you know. I really thought she was weird at first, and I was like, I'm not down with this weird stuff. But after buying each one of her albums, which I have the Archandroid from her first album, or the Metropolis from her first album, then the Archandroid, loved it, and the Electric Lady. And let me tell you, each CD is so unique. It's like she brings in an R&B groove with music from the olden days, along with like a 70s type groove with like orchestra in it. And it's like there's nothing else out like it. I think we haven't heard of an artist like Janelle Monaé since Lauryn Hill. Seriously, that has the talent and the artistry and the charisma and everything that she has, that she puts into her music. It's awesome. And so I really encourage people to go out and buy this music. So there was another issue that came up with Janelle Monaé just recently. I was on Concrete Loop, and I've been on Concrete Loop since 2008 myself. I love Concrete Loop. It has the best news. I shout out to Angel. She does a great job with everything she does on Concrete Loop, and I hope it keeps going because I'm still on it like from day one. I used to be on it a lot more, but now I get on it every once in a while. And I was just on it, and I saw an article about, guess who? Janelle Monaé. And it sparked something inside of me because Janelle Monaé is so similar to like how I grew up that it's so funny to hear her speak of this music. But let me read to you a little bit of this article and then some of the comments that some people said on this article. So it says, for some time now, bloggers and fans of Janelle Monaé have speculated that she may have been hinting at her sexuality through her music. Hearing the news, the soul singer immediately laid the rumors to rest. When songs such as Queen on her new album, Electric Lady, offered lyrics alluding to her sexual preferences, listeners quickly assumed she may be a lesbian. giving them what they love. Monaé sings about a woman who follows her in the lobby and prepositions her for sexual favors. Similarly, in Queen, the lyrics, "Am I a freak because I love watching Mary?" and "Hey sister, I'm good enough for your heaven," made fans wonder if she was referring to lesbianism. But no need to wonder any longer. Monaé might have been aware of the quickly spread rumors. However, now up to date, squashed the gossip in an interview with Pride Source. "This is the first time I'm hearing it, but I will say that a lot of my work always comes from an authoritative stance. So it may not be about me. It may just be about a story or something that I've witnessed or just my imagination. You just never know." When asked if she minded any of the rumors, Monaé expressed that she was okay with them, saying, "I don't think there's anything wrong with being gay, lesbian, or straight, black, green, or purple." And then some people wrote back on here, and this was from Nene. It says, "Janae has always made it clear that these albums are a concept, and her character is Cindy Mayweather, an android. The story is a metaphor for how outcasts are treated in society. The songs have nothing to do with her personal sexuality or trying to be a gimmick. It's a metaphor for our society. The last album had songs about her love for a character named Anthony Greendown, yet no one took that literally." And then it says, "I guess," and then she goes on to say, "I guess what some call artistry, others call a gimmick, and that's fine. I just know that despite all the interviews and great reviews, her first official album should have sold this one, or not this one, but I tried to be too much. All right, The Metropolis, the first one. Despite all the interviews and the great review, her first album should have sold a lot more. The fact that it didn't, but she is still completing the story through her albums and added 2 more chapters to the story, shows she cares more for her art than being a popular gimmick." And that's what I love about Janelle Monaé, because each insert has a story in it, and it's almost like you're reading a comic book. It's like you're in a fictional type thing, and so imaginative, and that's what we need more in our industry. You know, everything has become so, like, people were saying she's gimmicky, but it's not really a gimmick. It's art, and it's like an art form that she's bringing to music that nobody is really tapping into the way that they should. Your music should always, and I've always said this about every CD, and that's the CDs that I love, they should tell a story. Those are the CDs I think should be up for Grammy Awards, and Electric Lady should be right up there with if I don't know if it made the deadline, but just like the Arcandroid, Electric Lady should be right up there because it tells a story, and it's just like reading a storybook. And that's what I love so much about Janelle Monaé. I'm just so excited about her as an artist to see what she's going to bring, because first she started out with like 4 dots, if you can see that, and then she was going to complete her, come to the 4th part, but she ended up adding more chapters, and she still has more chapters to come, if you can see those 2 blank dots. So she's just expanding the story and kind of riding this story, and it's just becoming more and more and more, and that's what art should do. That's what artwork should bring forth every time you do something. So that's why I really love what she's doing. Someone else said, "I don't see how driving in your own lane nor understanding how to use a metaphor makes one a gimmick. Also, just because she's receiving a moderate buzz and success right now doesn't mean she hasn't been outcasted in her life or still doesn't receive pressure from the industry to conform," which is also true, because a lot of people get put into boxes, and I love how she's stuck it out. She's still with Bad Boy Entertainment with Diddy, but Diddy has allowed her to be herself and be who she truly is, and that's what I love so much about it. The thing that I love the most is, the reason why I say she's so similar is because I grew up so much in my lifetime being an individual, being separate, being different, being somebody, people didn't really understand David Coleman. They also wanted to put me in a box or stick me in this category or stick me in that category, but I'm not in a category because I'm myself. I am very similar to what she is talking about, being like an android, almost like a machine, and you just feel like you're not part of a lot of the things that are here and there. Yes, I keep up with a lot of stuff that goes on in the entertainment industry. Yes, I try to listen to what's going on in the world. I'm not separate from the world. I'm separate through God. I'm separate through God. I'm separate from the world, but I'm not separate from everyone else that's in this world. You know what I'm saying? So I really believe that she's making a statement that you can be an individual, you can be different, you know, you can do whatever you want. This is not saying anything. I'm not talking about people's religion and all these different things that go into the effect of what she's trying to portray here. It's a whole different thing, you know, what she's really bringing to the table through this music. Let me read you what one more person said. It says, I think that people's main focus should be on the music or the art, not what the artist prefers, who the artist prefers to sleep with. We get so caught up in people's personal lives that it tends to overshadow the real reason why the person was put here. Her having to address whether she's lesbian or not is so irrelevant. Electric Lady is an awesome, well put together album. This will definitely be a contender for album of the year. Point blank, period. That is from Demand. The first one was from a girl named Variance, and the first one was from Nene. But the last one sums up everything that I'm talking about. I want to make a statement because I really feel like a lot of times me going to AMTC this year really showed me that there has to be a difference. There has to be a standard that, you know, we as artists that are not really in the industry, we're breaking our way little by little. We're breaking little pieces into the industry. But before we even get there, it helped me to realize that we have to be who we are going to be. Many times people come in with the wrong motives, or they look from on the outside looking in and say, you know, this person is this person, but we're so busy on judging that person or looking at that person or what their personal business is. All we can do as people is whatever we're doing is pray for these people. Pray that, you know, the influences that they're making are helping our world and helping us to become better people. You know, that's why people are put here to do music, to do acting, to do artwork, to do things that enhance our world. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I believe that every person that is an artist or put on this earth to do something, they should be making a difference somewhere along the line in this industry. There has to be something that is different. You can't be the same as everybody else. That's where a lot of people fail a lot in the music industry. They want to put on this persona that they are somebody else. I love watching people like Beyonce. I like watching people, even Tamar Braxton. I love watching people like Tamar Braxton because these people, they have the characters that they put on, you know, for stage, but they are normal, regular people. But they're bringing something to the table. They're trying to speak something through their music or speak something through their platform that is actually helping other people or bringing people up or enhancing their lives. Yes, I'm going to do whatever I do in this industry with God's help, with the beliefs that were instilled in me, but I am going to do the best that I can do to show forth the light of God through myself when I go into this industry. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do anything that would mess me up on during the long line. People don't think about the long haul. When you have kids, when you're in your older ages, your music, your art should speak for itself. It should show forth something that when people look back on you later on in life, they look at you and they say, you know what? That person really made an impact in this world, or they didn't act a fool at one point in time in their lives and then fix it up in the end. They had a good, steady career and they made an impact on this world, and they didn't leave this earth without doing what they were supposed to do. So that's what I just wanted to sum up. Let me let you know, I totally support Janelle Monaé. She's a great artist. I support lots more artists that I would love to talk about, but I'm going to be at my minutes pretty soon. But I just wanted to give y'all this long spiel about Janelle Monaé and the great artistry that she's doing. Keep up the great work. If you ever see this video, Janelle Monaé, know that you are impacting people in this world. Your music is speaking to many, many, many people. And you know what they say, when they talk about you, you know that you're doing something right. So I just want to let you know that. You all have a great rest of the day. Maybe I'll get back on here and do something else soon. I'll talk to y'all soon. Deluxe Day Edition. No theme song, nothing, no gimmicks. I'm out. See ya.